Hey, it's Gary Dean, PremiumCustomDetailing.com in Tampa, Florida. I'm going to be working on a 25-foot center console boat today. You can see that it has some light oxidation. It's not super duper bad, but it's got some nasty gunk on the water line. I mean, the whole boat's in good shape. I'm going to clean the engine up. Got just some rough spots and stuff I'm going to take care of with the muriatic acid and get that oxidation knocked out. Alright, at this point I've removed all the yellowing from the gel coat from the water line and below, and I've cleaned up all the muriatic acid residue that was left behind from the wipe, and I've also done a waterless wash to the exterior of the hull, and also I have taken care of all the crazy spots that were running down as far as the rust goes on the transom area. Anyway, the transom's all good to go, and I've also unbolted the side markers so that I can get to the hull in those areas with the polisher. Alright, I've done a test spot. The problem is with this light color, I don't know if you'll be able to notice the tape line. Well, yeah, you can see it. It's right there. So I've polished back there, and that's the difference. I mean, I can see a dramatic difference in gloss. Alright, I'm rocking and rolling on this hull. It's got some pretty deep staining that I could cut all day, and it still wouldn't fix it. But you can definitely see from about here back I've polished. Looks much glossier. You can see the tape line there. Or can you? Who knows? I like working on dark gel coat so you can see the dramatic transformation. You can see the tape line right there. Anyway, rub-a-dub-dub. Get her done. That's all I have to say about that. I'm using the proven system here, the HD white heavy cut pad and HD Uno 4.0. I talked to Ben over there at 3D Products yesterday, and got some of the new version coming. So there's your compounding step. It looks good, except for I believe I can get a little bit more gloss out of it. So I'll probably finish it with, well, I'm not sure what I'll finish it with. It may be Uno on a lighter pad, I'm not sure, but looks good to me at this point. Alright, I'm actually almost done with the hull. HD Uno and these white pads are just smacking this gel coat right in the face and calling it its biatch. Look at this stuff. Can you see? You probably can't see. I know that you can see the difference. Here's the tape line right there. The shine is intense compared to back here where it's kind of dull and chalky. Just the color of the gel coat and the lighting isn't being my friend right now. You can see where there was some decals on it, but once I remove the oxidation you'll hardly be able to see that. So alright, I'm going to continue with the compounding. Alright, I think you can finally see some results. There's the line right there. Chalkiness back that way. Shininess this way. Some more of that shine there, folks. It's good stuff. Alright, the hull is all done, as well as the transom. All polished. I'm getting ready to, well, I should say proceed. I've already started the interior. I vacuumed it all out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to get some of these spots out with the muriatic acid. So I'm going to jump in with the gloves and the muriatic acid, do that, and then I'll scrub the interior down. Probably do a waterless wash on the interior with my infinite use detail juice, and we'll see what it looks like after that. I didn't bother getting in here to show everything, but I haven't washed everything yet, and you can see all the bugs splatter all over the front of everything. So I'm gonna get all that cleaned up. All right, it's time to start polishing the interior. Everything's clean. Got the Uno and the HD heavy cut pad. I'm gonna start polishing. If you notice, I got all the bugs off the interior. It's all clean. All the bugs off of all the vinyl. It was pretty gross. And got everything washed. I got a stupid oak tree right there that keeps dropping every ounce of everything on the friggin' limbs on top of the boat, and just getting frustrated because I keep getting it clean and then I get all this mess in here again. So anyway, I'm gonna get the polishing knocked out and trim it out, and that'll be that. Alright, this boat's all done. The interior was all scrubbed down and polished. You can see the nice shine on these exterior panels on the top deck. Down on the bottom areas underneath the deck were all polished. The center console was all polished. I cleaned all of the vinyl. There was a ton of bugs all over the front end of this thing. I not only cleaned the bugs off, but I also dressed the vinyl with my Dress to Impress protectant. I cleaned the front of all of the covers. I removed the top cover and cleaned the steering wheel and the throttle up there, as well as polishing them. And so I'm not getting back in it because I tracked it up pretty bad. This stupid oak tree keeps dive bombing the boat with random crap. Anyway, I lifted all the hatches up, cleaned all the jams, made sure all of that was cleaned out, and what you're seeing is a nice, clean, new looking interior. On the exterior, I used muriatic acid to remove all the yellowing from the underside, the belly of the boat. You notice it's nice and white instead of a tint of yucky yellow. I did 2 steps of compounding on the hull and the top deck. The first step was HD Uno with the white HD heavy cut 5-inch pads to get the gloss and the clarity that you see in this very, very light blue gel coat. See that shine? Look at that shine. That's shiny right there. On the transom, I polished everything. All the nooks and crannies were polished by hand. The majority, the big areas, were polished via the polisher. So I did HD Uno and HD white heavy cut pads for the compounding, and then I used Uno to finish with white 5.5-inch buff and shine pads. That definitely finished down better than the heavy cut pads did, enhanced the gloss tremendously. I mean, you can see just looking down the boat how nice the gloss is on these areas of gel coat. I mean, that's very, very high gloss. I went around all of the bright work with my Robo Shine. That's my all metal and chrome polish, as well as all of the aluminum on the center console. I went over all of that with my Robo Shine. I cleaned the engine. I only did a light polish on that because it already was high gloss, didn't need any cutting, so I'd used HD Uno with the white buff and shine pad. I polished all of the stainless on the ladder there with my Robo Shine and a microfiber towel. I also polished the tops of these with my Robo Shine. All in there was polished by hand. Again, on the top deck you can see all the nice gloss. On the interior, look at that gloss down there. Look at that inside down to the bottom, up around into the front. How shiny and nice that looks compared to how it did. The gloss is amazing when you put time and effort into it. This one actually went pretty fast. It actually corrected very nicely. You know, the process was the same as if I would have been here for many more hours, but as far as just the cut from the HD Uno and the heavy cut pad, I was able to cut it fairly quickly and then go back behind it with a nice polish to finish, that being the same polish. But yeah, you just can't deny how fantastic that shine is. After both steps of polishing, I applied one coat of my Bionic Banana Shield. That's my really super heavy duty sealant from my personal line of products, premium custom detailing products. Nice shine, that's what you want. Anyway, I won't bore you with walking around this thing anymore. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.